You just have that out.
Right.
I let her out. You and then Caleb, right? He stays over his way pretty good. Every once in a while, she'll wander. Yes, she's been good. That's not.
She learned her lesson, huh?
Yeah.
Going to your chiropractor visit today? How did it go? Wonderful. Well, better than what it was.
Great. I did that. I thought you looked.
November 29th, Wednesday at 1:30, the last week of November. Public water, whatever, kind of special road district meeting. Is that okay? I'm gonna shoot a notice out. Yeah, not me.
Okay, right, as far as I know, I'll be around. Didn't know I was on the water.
Me neither, no. No, we're on something.
Yeah.
That's simple. Open meeting at 7 o'clock. There is a quorum present. Is there any questions about the agenda? Is there any additions to the or deletions to the agenda? If not, I make a motion to accept the agenda as presented.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Is there any public comment? Nothing noted here. Approval of the minutes.
I got a motion to approve.
All right, second, all in favor? Aye. All right. Financial report, please.
Sure, as of October 31st, 2023, will be counted in the general fund, 233,943.37, capital reserve, 640,473.52, and then the building and land fund, 24,411.92, for total assets of 898,828.81. Current liabilities of 2,518. Income for this time period, 32,547.42, with expenses of 121,342.92.
Any questions or concerns?
I got a motion to approve that and pay the bills as outlined.
All in favor?
Aye.
Let's look at the disbursements ordinance, 23-16. To pay the bills. We have a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Communications. Doesn't look like we have anything.
Actually, we didn't.
Okay.
The quick easy one, we were denied the foundation grant, which was.
Staff report, fire marshal.
For the month of October, a little bit of a new format to the report as well too. I'm trying to automate everything through our reporting program, so automatically basically some. So 3 permits issued, fees charged were $1,582, fees collected $1,184. We're doing a remodel out at the country club. Borough is moving out there, so they're doing some fighting off of golf pro shop and full cross track. Not that big of a job. Technology building at Jefferson College is adding some called a CIS classroom. It's got something to do with computers. I don't even know what CIS stands for. And then 10737 Business 21, that's across from Carcius. The county is building a new maintenance, basically a building maintenance office and facility storage type works.
Zips.
Yeah, Leo Zips property.
You know,
Yeah.
they tearing the 2-story brick building down off Maple Street.
I think they will eventually do that, yes.
So detention center.
The old
Yeah.
detention center, yeah. Which that building is in extreme dire shapes.
I believe.
Oh, shame. I mean, it's a whole building.
All right, well, it used to be what the McMullen home, way back when. All right, well, any, questions about the fire marshal's report? If not, how about we have the fire chief's report?
Yes, busiest month ever on record. For the month of October, we ran 147 calls for service. Yeah. It was stupid.
Previous record is 130.
For these guys, it's like stupid. Luckily, I think we kind of slowed down. There were no real major calls within this space. It's all ridiculous car wrecks that were silly and serious. Still working on multiple grants. Obviously, the Jefferson Memorial Foundation tonight. We're investigating another round of ARPA grants that are coming out from the state this year. There's a capital grant. Don't know what we would do with that yet. We're looking into that. And then what is it? An interoperability grant as well too, which has some stuff to do with radios and other interoperability type issues. So we haven't decided what we're going to do. All the information for the COVID recovery funds have been submitted. This is the 3rd time throughout this process that we have changed hands with people handling the case. People leave that office, I guess, like there's no tomorrow. So I'm getting a little frustrated with the whole process because we're not hearing anything at all with that. Asked and requested several meetings with some of the higher ups there at FEMA. So, and just to be on the another round of FEMA funding from July 22 through I forgot the date, August 23 or something opened up. And for Quest, who we're looking at COVID, getting the request to the company, asked if we wanted to go for that. I pretty much told them, well, I'm not going to waste my time going for it if we're not going to get it. Perfect. So, the remodel is ongoing. Again, 147 calls last month. The switch over from Nationwide to Lincoln Financial is still moving forward. Hopefully completed by the first of the year or shortly thereafter. We are continuing the process with Lexipool on our policy rewrite. Still working on the stoplight issue. There has been a little bit of movement. The city of Hillsborough, specifically Jason Daniel, kind of streamlined a grant through East-West Gateway and TrailsNet for a crosswalk down at Leon Hall Parkway. And he's thinking there may be a lot leftover money to do crosswalk here at 5th Street as well too, which would include an upgrade to the signal box out there. So the city is trying to find a way to help on that, so we'll keep doing that. The Bay exhaust system, the installation process began on the 30th. They completed the installation here at one house on Friday the 3rd. Looks good. It works pretty well, it seems like to me. Kyle's our in-house expert. He was here when the guy left that day, so he got. Congratulations. So Kyle knows how it works, and he's gonna get some stuff written out for us. That house 2, they're still working through some permitting issues with the county. So I don't know when they're gonna come back and get that finished and installed. I think the company that's installing is out of state and they need to meet requirements of mechanical contract or whatever that may be for the county. So that's kind of the whole. Doesn't really involve us to come. It is what it is. Multiple committees are in process or soon to be in process. They're listed out there. The strategic planning committee is going to get together in the next couple of weeks and get that plan updated for the upcoming year. 6524 replacement committee is moving forward. There'll be a drone committee and then a facility/building committee. So we're getting those in place. I had a chat with John Barton, he's the chief of High Ridge, about the drone cost, and I think I grossly overestimated the cost. So it's going to come in a lot cheaper. I think that single donation from may virtually cover. So there were some new programs out there that I wasn't aware of. It's good. On 1023, a semi truck was delivering parts for the exhaust system that they just installed. Pulled down our overhead internet lines and then ripped all the boxes off the side of the building out there. So we put it back up ourselves. It took 10 minutes and some screws to put everything back up, so I didn't file an insurance claim. Charter hasn't charged us anything for fixing that. So if they do, I'll send that bill right on to the trucking company. There was a minor incident with 6518 when it was backed into the bay. The compartment was partially left open. It's just slightly damaged. There's a slight wrinkle in it, and there will be some minor repairs that we need to make to it. We got an initial quote back from Banner, who built that truck. They wanted 2,100 or 500.
I think total is 2550.
Yeah, it's some absolute ridiculous price. So I talked to McQueen. They're going to come down and see what they can do to fix it up. So it still shuts. There's just a broken weld on one of the shocks that helps bring the compartment door down, and I think the shock might kind of bend a little bit. So we'll get that addressed and taken care of. Again, the Christmas party's been set for the 10th of December. Really did not have any major fleet issues over the past month. I think that's the first month I've got to report that to you. We did have a flat tire on one of the trucks. It is what it is. So, crews have been continuing to train on various topics this week. The crews are Matt will go training on hazmat. Things like that, hazmat tech and stuff. So we've thankfully finally slowed down a little bit on PR events. Thank you guys for all your hard work.
Just give you an update on the tanker. It has an entry production. If I understand correctly, I think midpoint will probably be late December, early January, with final February. Coming up soon.
Any questions about the fire chief's report? Moving on to old business. 8.1, the union contract.
Yes, everything's good to go. The shop approved the contract that we discussed at the last board meeting. The attorney drafted the ordinance for the district to accept the contract. She's good with everything, so we're ready to sign and ready to roll.
We get shop steward. Did you miss that here?
You got a shop?
Oh, shop steward.
Contract.
Contract.
Sorry about that.
All right, well, we have ordinance 23-17. I recommend that, we continue on and sign it. Do I have a motion?
Wait, second.
All in favor? Uh,
That's the actual contract.
This. We did it. Good.
Yeah, that's the.
Nicole?
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
And then I didn't print out enough.
Paul's gonna come down here Friday,
Okay,
and I'm on trip.
Okay.
So I think he wants to take it with him, so this manager can sign it, but he should be here Friday.
okay.
All right, so,
Yeah, I think what I'll do is right now, I'll make a copy of it.
yeah,
And then, let's take both copies. We'll figure it out.
all right, new business. 9.1 officer manager position.
Yeah, as part of next year's, budget, we had, budgeted in there, to hire the, office manager position. We've talked about this for many, many years now, getting to this point. I think we can finally do it with, getting the tax increase, and it's just, it's time to have, somebody helping out in that, capacity. So I included in there the, job description of the office manager. Obviously not all the tasks. And, the starting pay, threw a number out there, 32. For your guys' thoughts.
It's not that cheap.
It's cheap, I know, but
It's flexible. I think it would help you all. Yeah. So you want an emotion? Or?
And this will be, Monday through Friday, 40 hours. All right, well, I make a motion to approve the SOG number 213 and to approve the hiring of a, office manager personnel.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Corrections.
we talked with several other fire chiefs who also have enterprise credit cards, and they are continually getting. If you remember, we've gone through that. I couldn't tell you how many, 5 or 6 times over the past 4 or 5 years that our credit cards have had some sort of a fraudulent charge on there. So I would like to get permission to seek out some other company, there's gotta be something better out there. And I also think for all the credit card purchases that we do and the size of our budget now, I have a $5,000 limit. I think it's too low. I think it needs to be up to $10,000 per card. And I think there needs to be kept in a lockbox with a tag the credit card back here at the firehouse that the captains have access to in case of an emergency weekends. Something happens with that. One other thing I did too, I haven't seen this email out. Flex cards, you guys can buy food now with that at the gas station. So if you're 2 hours away, you can stop and get gas station hot dog or whatever to hold you over till you get back. So
I'll make a 2 hour ride home if I do that.
But we need some just in case of an emergency for these guys back here at the engine house. So I would need.
Make a motion to approve that. All in favor? Station alert system.
So as you run through that, if you run through that, Jefferson County 911 at their last board meeting approved the purchase of the Phoenix G2 alerting system. It's sold by a company called US Digital. And what this thing does is it replaces the box that we currently have, which is a federal informer signal. Captures the tone that is sent over the air. I'm not a radio guy, I don't know how it works. They hit a tone at 911, it alerts and goes beep, beep, beep. And at one point in time, all the lights came on when we had a call, which now after the remote, they do not. And things that were done here in the past with some of the electrical stuff and some of the other issues have made it quite interesting to try to fix the current system that we have. So I kind of would like to see if Hillsborough Fire can be a guinea pig for this new system, since we don't have a working one here at Station 1. And what this system does, I think it provides some different health benefits to our firefighters. Getting a loud alarm at 2 o'clock in the morning and then going from darkness to this is flat out ignorant. And what this system will do is it will allow a slow ramp up of the lights. And the lights that come on, I believe, are red lights and not the bright daytime lights. So it will cut down on, I hope, the amount of adrenaline that is going through a firefighter system at 2 o'clock in the morning, which could potentially cut down on future cardiac events for our firefighters. It may not getting woken up so hard as well too be easier for them to go back to sleep after a call. I know I'm speaking on just my experience, but getting back from a call, even if it's a 20-minute EMS call, I always had a hell of a time trying to go back to sleep. And you sit there and toss and turn for the next hour. So maybe not getting completely thrown through the roof would help them out in the long run. You know, cardiac events are some of the leading causes of death these days for firefighters. So anything to try to prevent that for sure. The good thing about this system is it'll be kind of a two-part system. Once fully implemented on 911 side, it'll run off IP. So right now it's off a VHF radio signal. Tone sets it off or whatever it does. Once it's up and running, it'll be run off the internet, basically. So there'll be a substantial time savings for response as well too. Because right now, when we get a call, you have to wait for them to go through all the tones to kind of see where you're going. There can be an up to a 30-second time savings on response, because the second they enter the call, the Phoenix G2 system is going to pick it up because it's intertwined with the CAD. So they're going to know prior to the tones going up that they're getting a call. So it'll save on response time as well. Now, it's not cheap, but I can't, in my mind, dump the money into fixing our existing alerting system, knowing that this is coming down the road here in the near future. I don't have an official quote back. I've been working with US Digital on the quote. He was trying everything in his power to get it back to me today, and it did not happen. But it's looking somewhere around the $23,500 to $25,000 mark to get this set up, and that'll include the station controller, the lights, There's an app that goes, the guys can get on their phone that's directly tied to this as well too, so. I think out of the equipment and apparatus fund, we can push forward. Yes, thoughts?
There's just like a
Station at the end, the country, the alerting system. Use that money.
And then there's a maintenance year,
There is a yearly maintenance cost, it's roughly 10% of the equipment costs. So just looking at that number, if, station controllers 12.5 and the peripherals, the speakers and lights and all that's $6,000. I just threw a number driving away. That would be 1,800. And eventually, down the road, new station two. And actually, station two is systems. So I think there's a benefit. It's where we're going. Yes, it's a key, so I think we'll definitely have the.
instead of making a motion, though, I would just wait. Let's get a closer figure, so we know that we can approve it the right way.
You're all right.
Yeah, but you're all right. Go ahead and do what you gotta do.
Okay,
Uh,
so if they come back at somewhere in the neighborhood, can I go ahead and,
yes,
okay. I'll definitely bring back the exact price too.
right. Yeah,
Or
if you're
text
in,
you
if
guys
you're in
and
the
let you know.
ballpark, we're good.
Okay.
The, tire replacement,
We got several apparatus that, need new tires by the end of the year. Dan Benedict brought this to our attention. Jason needs tires in his vehicle. The tanker needs some tires and 6514 needs some tires as well.
But you got a leak popped up in 23 today. I saw that.
Really fine.
I do. Yeah, with a motion to purchase those,
Second.
all right, in favor? There's no closed session. Is there anything else before the board? If not, make the motion to adjourn.
Don't go anywhere, please. We're gonna get some help.
In adjourn. We'll say.